All right, good morning, or whatever time it is for you. If you're running Google Ads and you're not aware of it yet, there is a change coming mid-August. If you haven't seen it in your account, that's fine. We'll go over it today. Brief introduction in case you haven't seen the previous video. But my name's Sim. I work inside of Google Ads accounts every day. Some are pretty small businesses, others are really big businesses. And so I got a good range of experience dealing with different accounts, and most of them are actually getting hit with this update that's coming in mid-August. So about like 2 or 3 weeks, somewhere in there. So yeah, let's talk about that. Starting August 17th, they are going to be rolling out this new way that your accounts are going to kind of start working for you, specifically with search campaigns and performance max campaigns. If they are limited by budget and they are operating on target cost per acquisition or target ROAS. And so when you're using those two campaign types, just know that these are the ones that are likely going to be impacted. What's going to be happening is that they're going to be optimizing more towards what your set target actually is versus what you've been getting. And so, for example, for the longest time, Google has been able to get acquisitions and return on ad spend at a much better ratio or cost versus what you set as your target. And that's going to be changing. Like I mentioned, they're going to be going towards more hitting your target. And so that's why if you haven't been going inside your ads account recently, or you just kind of set things and let it go, you better hop in and check on things. Here is the page directly on Google's Help Center. And so you can come to this, and I'll be sure to put it in the description below in case you want to. But this here, it talks really good about what this change is and what you can expect. I would say this, the video that they have in here, really good. It does a great way of just explaining it straightforward. And so in case what I'm sharing with you today doesn't make sense, or if you would just like another opinion or whatever, come to this page and check out this video. It does really good at explaining what the change is going to be doing and what you should be doing about it. One thing I will say is that, sorry, I got to itch my face. One thing that I will say is that I've been reading a lot of blogs, Reddit posts, and then also I've seen a few videos where people are talking about this is going to be impacting your budget, and maybe this means that Google is going to be taking more of your money and like really overdoing your budget each day. That's not what this is about. And they even explain it on this page that your budget is still going to be regarded. So whatever you set your daily budget to, take that times, I think it's 30.4 is the average. And then that's what your account should spend close to in your 30-day period. Now, some days you will go over, some days you'll come under. So don't be too quick to change your daily budget, and also don't change it too often. So yeah, just come into this link. I'll like I said, I'll put it into the bottom, and then just watch that video if you want. It does a really good like summarizing and just putting it straightforward for you. So I wanted to give a good real life example of what's going to be happening. And so this is one of the accounts that I work inside of on a daily basis. Now we are looking at the last 30 days of performance here. You can see Google's notification right here up at the top. Now, just to keep in mind, these 4 campaigns, each of them has a different purpose. So they're not being held to the same standard. So you can see that I do got a search, I do got 2 performance maxes, and then I got a video campaign. That video campaign was originally just for generating as much impression as possible. I kind of pushed back on that just because I'm not hugely in favor of doing campaigns for this purpose. But the Google rep who contacted me was very persuasive to the client. And so we're doing it. But anyway, so what we want to look at right here is, of course, your conversions. You want to see, okay, we're getting good amount of conversions. But then you want to see this column here, your cost per conversions. And so this is what we want to base our targets off of. And so in this account, I'm using target cost per acquisition. Target ROAS works the same way, but with actual purchase info coming into the account. I'm not working on one of those accounts right now, but in the past when I have, they work the exact same way. But here you can see that with target cost per acquisition, this one I've got set at $100 just because I haven't reset it in a while. And you can see that we're actually coming in way below what our actual target is. So before this change happens in August, we want to make sure that we try and push this a little bit lower. So I'm going to change this just to like $37. And once we see our 30-day average window come down to that, then I'll go ahead and adjust it again. But once this new implementation from Google comes in, we're going to have to see how that impacts things. And then you can see in these other campaigns that are using target cost per acquisition, we've got targets that are currently below just barely what the actuals are coming in at. So those are safe. The big thing here is to also note the limited by budget. So these two campaigns right here are the ones that Google is looking at or is stating are going to be impacted by this, except this video campaign. That's not, yeah. But this one right here, these two Performance Max campaigns, they do a lot of the same thing, but they're targeting different audiences. And so you can see this one here, far better audience. Its cost per conversion is coming in at a great price. This one, it started out a lot higher and it's come down a huge amount over the last like 60 days or so. But yeah, so this one is definitely going to be seeing the impact of that change that's coming in mid-August. So I just wanted to show this off as a good example of what is going to be impacted by these changes coming in. And so, yeah, the big thing here is just to go into your ads accounts, especially if you haven't checked in a while. Make sure any campaigns that you have that are search, demand gen, performance max, if they're limited by budget, you better check your targets and see if they need adjusting. And one thing I will say whenever adjusting your target costs, just keep in mind you want to be competitive, but you also want to push your account to do good. So don't drop it by too much whenever you're adjusting these targets. Like you saw me just drop this one down to 37 when it's at 40 actually. You could try dropping it even more. I would recommend not. I'd say just gradually do it anytime it matches that target in a 30-day window. Just because if you go too low, it'll choke out the campaign and all of a sudden you're getting absolutely nothing coming in. So I hope this helps. I know when I first saw the update coming in, I was starting to get a little bit confused here. Let me go to full screen again. There we go. That's better. Okay. So, like I said, I hope this helps. I know when I saw the update coming, I got a little bit confused. And again, I went to some other YouTube videos and blogs and stuff, and some of them added clarity, some of them didn't. And also, I'm not the perfect teacher for everyone. So, if this helped you, awesome. If it didn't, my apologies. But yeah, so the main thing here is just go into your accounts, check in on all of your campaigns, especially if they're limited by budget. You want to check in on those. But yeah, hope this helps and have a good one. Another thing that just came to my mind that I thought I should note before I end this video is that when I was talking to a Google rep last week, Not about this campaign that I showed you, but when I was talking with him, I brought this update up and just like asked him for his input. And he said that one thing that we can do inside of Google Accounts with this new update is, you guessed it, increase budget. I don't know why Google reps oftentimes jump to increasing budget, but they do. But yeah, he said that it's because this update is going to help make accounts more predictable. So if Google is updating and your actual cost per convert or your target cost per acquisition is set for like $20 and you got a budget of 600, and all of a sudden your conversions are like going flat, then that might mean there's room for increasing your budget. I wouldn't jump to that conclusion to just instinctively increase budget. I would say check all your metrics first, make sure it makes sense, make sure that it is still profitable for the business, and then work in a new budget. But yeah, don't instantly go for increasing your daily spend, because that's not always the answer, and you especially don't want to burn through budget. Uh, Definitely if you're a small business. So just make sure it makes sense, make sure the data coming in is correct, and as long as it's profitable, go for it.